That's awesome. Oh.
Joe, what did they do in the first 3 quarters that gave you guys trouble? Then what would you kind of do maybe in the second half to kind of shut that off?
I don't think they played their game. They're a good team. Like, you know, what we tried to debunk before the game is like that team's good. They've beaten good basketball teams and they put pressure on good basketball teams for all 48 minutes. And so it was nothing that they did except play Oklahoma City basketball. I thought in the first half we just weren't sharp. You know, we looked a little tired. And I thought our bench unit did a great job of bringing the energy and kind of picking us up. And then once we were able to be picked up, then we executed on both ends of the floor. And so just, you know, it's a team effort, you know, and because of our depth, we're able to rely on that.
It seemed like the defensive adjustments in the second half kind of playing Giddy because he was to his blind side, like the turnovers. I think he caused like 15 in the second half. I mean, was that just something you devised, or was that kind of the guys coming up with that?
No, that was the guys. They came up with that. You know, just having to pick up points higher, the ball pressure being higher, and then having like the late help once they get below the free throw line. The guys, you know, came up with that and they executed it well.
You brought Peyton in really early into the second half. What was the thinking behind that?
I just think Peyton's a guy that you know what you're getting every single time you put him in the game. I felt like we needed a lift, and I thought he did a great job on both ends of the floor giving us that.
And then late third quarter, you were pressing them a ton in the backcourt. You've talked about like defensive pressure at the point of attack being something you guys need to get better at. How did pressing them just lead to just forcing turnovers, whether it was in the backcourt or when they were driving?
Yeah, I think it took away their offensive rhythm. I think it helped our energy. You know, when D. White and Smart and Peyton and all those guys were pressuring the ball, I thought it gave us a spark, and then I thought it took away their rhythm on the offensive end and, you know, just put some pressure on their ball handlers.
When you see a team out there looking tired, not looking like they have any energy, what can you do to snap them out of it? Is there anything from this game that you take into maybe the next time this happens?
I think it goes back to focusing on our depth, and you know we have to. You know, we have the humility to understand we can play different ways, and when someone doesn't have it, the next guy's got to be ready and bring it, and I thought that's what we did. And so there's going to be moments like that, and there's going to be moments when things just aren't going our way, and so it just comes down to, you know, how can we execute, and then how can we find guys that can give us a lift.
And you really struggled from three in this game, kind of an aberration from what you guys have had. What's it say about the team to be able to pull out a win after struggling like that and not letting that affect them all the way through the game?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, you know, mindset and the stuff that we talk about, managing, you know, what's going on in the game, you know, and you just have to ask yourself those questions to build an awareness to how the game is going. And we were getting great shots on the offensive end, and I thought, especially in the second half, we didn't allow our lack of shot making to affect our defensive effort and execution. And that, to me, is a sign of growth of a team.
Joe, how have you seen Marcus ramp up to this level of performance in crunch time through the season so far?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're a reflection of him and his leadership. And so when he's poised on the offensive end and he's playmaking and he's getting the ball where it needs to get to and he's making great decisions, and we're just a different team on the offensive end. And then defensively, we know what he brings. And so, you know, obviously Jalen and Jason do a lot for our team, but for a point guard, for him to be as poised as he's been on the offensive end and be the playmaker that he is, it's going to make our team that much better.
Derek, he struggled a little bit from the field since moving to the bench and hits that big three late. What are you kind of telling him through some of the shooting lows he's gone through the last couple of games?
He had a big one against Detroit and Denver. So I don't know if it's as much about moving to the bench or shooting woes. I think it's just a matter of, you know, execution and making sure he stays aggressive and keeps his confidence. And when he has it, you better shoot it. And you better make it. That was a joke.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.